Okay, I'm going to walk you through the steps for doing linear regression on your calculator, but this first video is going to be basically how to get your calculator ready to do the linear regression that's explained in section 8.5 of your book. So to do that first, we've got to do several things here I've got listed. We've got to turn stat plot 1 on and select the correct settings for plot 1. So let's do that. So you go into your calculator and you're going to press second and then the y equals key, which is stat plot. Right now, stat plot 1 is turned off. All of these are off. So the only one that we want to turn on is stat plot 1. So while plot 1 is highlighted, while the number 1 is highlighted, hit enter, and then you basically are presented with a screen that shows all of the different settings for plot 1. Notice that the word off is highlighted, which means it's currently turned off. To turn it on, you make sure that the flashing cursor is on the word on and then hit enter, and notice that then the highlighter switches over to the word on. So it's turned on, and then we need to make sure that we have the type, so you can use the arrow key to move down to up and down, use up and down to go back and forth here between the different settings that you can set. And so we need the type of the graph that we want to do is a scatter plot. So that should be the first thing selected. If it's not selected, then move the cursor, blinking cursor on it and press enter. And then down here in the X list, it should be L1. If L is not there, then you'll have to use your alphanumeric keys with the alpha key here, and then press whichever key has the letter L, which should be this parenthesis key here. The right parenthesis has an L above it, so it would be alpha L, and then the number 1 after that. So same thing with Y list. The Y list needs to be alpha 2. So those are the settings for that, and then you can just set whatever this mark is, means what kind of a symbol do you want to use when we're doing the scatter plot. And I just picked that first, that little square. So after that, then we basically, to get out of that, you hit second and quit, and then we go back to our listing of things to be done. You have to delete the settings of any old data that's been entered in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in back to the calculator and hit the stat key right here, STAT. It's highlighted on edit already, so you want to hit enter. And I have data in those columns, and you can use your arrow keys to go left and right and up and down. If any column has data in it, you want to delete it out, and you want to go all the way to the top and press clear. Do not press delete. Press clear and then enter, and it erases the data out of there. Go over to any other columns that have data and go all the way to the top, and then press clear and enter. And do that with all the columns that have data in it. And then hit your y equals key, and if there are any equations in the function grapher, clear those out. So this should all be empty. And last but not least, you should go and make sure your diagnostics are turned on. So you hit second and then catalog, which is the 0 key. And as you see in the upper right hand corner, it has an A. That means it's in alpha mode, so I can press the letter D, alphanumeric D, which is this key right here with a D above it. Go down until you find diagnostic on. As soon as you find that line, put the triangle by it and hit enter twice, and it should say done. And now after that, you're all ready to go and ready to enter in statistical data.